General Motors recently redesigned full-size light-duty pickup trucks. The Chevrolet Silverado 1500 and related GMC Sierra 1500 have impressed us for drivetrain refinement and overall capability, but their interiors remain a weak link, both in terms of materials quality and overall design. Fortunately, the SUVs that stem from that platform have also been redesigned, and they appear to keep a lot of the good stuff and toss out some of the bad. We'll start you off with the Chevrolet pair in the redesigned Tahoe and Suburban. Now, the Suburban is an extended-length version of the Tahoe. Both SUVs grew with the redesign, but the Tahoe grew a lot more, about 7 inches overall in length, and so the gap between the two of them is shrinking. Styling is basically a light evolution over what you see on the Silverado 1500, with a tall grille bisected by twin crossbars bearing the Chevy bow tie. The piped C-shaped lighting elements play a more prominent role here than on the pickup trucks, as they're more split off from other lighting elements, but the overall theme is fairly similar. The best news comes inside, where the dashboard shares very little of the Silverado's tired look. It's instead a more low-set open design, with controls offset on different layers and a standard 10-inch touchscreen perched above it all. The second row can have dual 12.6-inch touchscreens that can stream independent content from a mobile device. With a longer wheelbase and new multi-link independent rear suspension instead of the outgoing solid rear axle, the Tahoe and Suburban both gain legroom in the second and third rows, as well as cargo room behind both areas. The highest gains come in the Tahoe, which gains some 40% more legroom and 66% more cargo room behind the third row, GM claims. Of course, that was versus a tiny third row and very little cargo space, but it's safe to say both the Tahoe and Suburban are making big strides to catch up with the rival Ford Expedition, which up until now has held the clear lead in third row space. No longer are the third rows in the Suburban and Tahoe slammed to the floor with minimal knee clearance. The third rows in both SUVs are now just fine. And GM has finally entered the 21st century with sliding second row seats, which up until now were fixed, so adults can negotiate a good compromise between second and third row space. Drivetrains include 2 gasoline V8s or a turbo diesel 6-cylinder. All of them pair with GM's excellent 10-speed automatic transmission. GM's magnetically adaptive shock absorbers are available, as are air springs, so these SUVs have the potential for some pretty sophisticated ride quality. But execution matters a lot more than formula, so stay tuned for our driving impressions. Of course, it's worth noting that GMC and Cadillac have their own related SUVs. The whole group of brands is under General Motors, and all of them have been redesigned. So be sure to read our stories, watch our videos on those SUVs. As for the Tahoe and Suburban, expect them to hit dealerships late this spring.